Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I've already moisturized and primed my face. So I'm just going to go in with this Real Techniques brush and my Maybelline Infallible matte makeup. Matte makeup. And shade 103. This is going to be a lot dark for me. But that's so I'm just going to dot this all over my face to begin with, and I'm just pressing the product into my skin. And I know my hairline looks like jacked up, and that's because I dyed my hair today, so it kind of looks like I have like bucket head. And then once I get to my neck area, I kind of start moving in circular motion. Now I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay in shade Light Pale, because I'm light and pale, underneath my eye area in a triangular motion. And I go in and put it underneath my nose because I get a little red under there sometimes. I'm going to take it down the bridge of my nose and up, make a little whatever that is on the top of my forehead, and then I use whatever's left on the little brush to put on my eyes and use that for eye primer. So now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and yes, my beauty blender is cut in half because I read somewhere that if you use this like crinkled area from where you tear it, it is supposed to blur out pores even more. So I'm all about doing anything that's going to blur my pores out. I haven't been able to go to the store to get another beauty blender, so I'm just using this, and it works fine. So I'm just going to take this and dab it, making sure I blend everything in. Once I get under my eyes, I flip it over and kind of pinch it together. That way I can get all the way up to that lash line. And then I just rub out whatever I have on my eyes. Alright, so to set my under eye, I'm going to use a Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and just this little pointed elf brush. I do my under eye part first, like right up there, just so it doesn't set into the little under eye wrinkles that I have. And then I go in and just do the rest. And now to set my whole face, I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay powder in medium. Just going to dab this on my face just to kind of set the foundation. Okay, now I'm going to go in and contour. I'm using the Makeup Geek contour shade in the color Infidelity. I make a line on my cheekbone first, because when I go to blend this out, it's gonna go down, and it'll go down into the natural hollows of my cheek. That way, if I go ahead and put it in the natural hollow of my cheek, it's not gonna go all the way down here. See what I'm saying? Making sure them cheeks are sharp. So now I'm just gonna go in and fill it in the rest of my face. So now I'm going to contour my nose. I'm just going to do a light contour for this look. So I'm just going to take this e.l.f. It's really a concealer brush, but I'm just going to take it down the sides of my nose and into the crease of my eye to make sure it all blends together. And I'm using a very light hand with this because I don't want it to be too harsh and look like just a zebra stripe down my nose. I want to make sure it's blended in well. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose. Alright. So now I'm going to move on to brows. In my last video, I did how I do my brows, and I'll link that in the bottom bar below. But I'm going to go off camera and do my eyebrows, so that way it won't take up too much time on the video. Alright, so now that we're done with our brows, we're going to go in for the eyes. And I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill. Let's try that over again. I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette from Morphe. So I'm going to start with this really light brown shade. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. Dab it in there. Using this as my transition color, I'm just going to take that into the crease part of my eye using windshield wiper motions. And then to blend it in a little bit more, I'm going to use circular motions. Alright, now that we have our transition color, I am going to go in with this olive green shimmery shadow, and just taking a fluffy brush again, I'm going to lightly just kind of press it into the outer V of my eye, just so that I'm not putting too much product on the eye at one time, and so that I don't get too much fallout. And then I'm just going to kind of work that in, focusing on the outside of my eye and into that crease. And I don't want to take this too high above my crease because I don't want it to be like, whoa, green right at my brow bone. So I'm just going to keep packing the color on and blending it out until I get the darkness I desire. And when I have enough, let me try that over again. Once I don't have a lot of product left on my brush, I'm going to start taking it towards the inner corner of my eye using those circular and windshield wiper motions. I'm going to take this Sigma E40, right? Yes, E40 brush with no product on it, and just kind of make sure everything blends together. Go in a little bit with that first shade we used for transition color, just to kind of mellow that green out a little bit. So now I'm going to take this flat-ended brush that I have and a little bit of my NYX setting spray. Spritz it on there a little bit. And I'm going to take this really pretty, like dark champagne gold color. I'm going to pack that on to my lid. Using any kind of spray, like setting spray, or even like a little bit of water, just kind of intensifies the color of the shadow. That way it brings it out just a little bit more. So focusing that all over our lid, and I'm trying not to get it into the crease at all. Now I'm going to take this other packing brush, a little bit more of my setting spray, and I'm going to take this pinky, like rose gold color, and kind of put that in the center of my eye, just to give it a little more color. I'm going to go in with this pencil brush here with a little bit more of that green color, and I'm just going to darken up the outer V just a little bit. Alright, now for eyeliner, I am going to use this Sephora felt liner. And it is extremely difficult for me to talk and put on liner, so excuse my silence. And all the pretty faces I'm making. Alright, one eye down, one eye to go. My camera stopped recording. So, poor girl problems. My iPad's full, so I can't record any more videos on my iPad, so I'm going to have to record the rest of this on my phone. And for lashes, I'm just going to use the Ardell Demi Whispies again. And they're pretty natural, so I like them. Alrighty. So now I'm going to move on to blush. I'm going to use my favorite palettes, the Morphe blush palette. I'm going to use this middle shade right here. Nice and neutral. Rose them cheeks up. And then, to highlight, I'm going to use my Carli Bybel palettes. What else? This pink, ooh, that glare. This pink shimmery color. Right above my cheekbone. Little bit above my brow. Down the bridge of my nose. And on the tip. Alright, and now for lip color, I'm just going to use a lip liner. I'm going to use that same lip liner I used in my last video. That's Rockin' Rose from Jordana. And now I'm just going to fill it in the rest of the way with this pencil brush. This is not a pencil brush. With this lip liner. And I'm just going to spray my face with my NYX setting spray. And this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so sorry for all of the hiccups I have been having. I am working on getting an actual camera and an SD card. That way I don't have to worry about filling up my iPad. And I know the quality will be a lot better of the video once I get a camera itself. I thank you guys for bearing with me through all of these new beginnings. I promise it will get better. But I don't have anything else to say, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.